My name is Matschull. Most people have become accustomed to using some types of styles. For this demonstration, I will use LibreOffice Writer's tabbed interface rather than the standard toolbar. To do this, I will go to View User Interface. In the dialog that appears, I will choose Tabbed. I will click on Apply to Writer, then click Closed. See how the area near the top of the screen has changed. Some people like this look because it reminds them of the Microsoft Office ribbon interface, which they think looks more modern than the traditional menu and toolbar interface many applications use. When wanting to use styles for writing more efficiently, however, the Home tab of the tabbed interface presents the same problems as the standard toolbar. Some styles are offered, such as default paragraph style, text body, and various heading styles, but these are mixed with icons that apply direct or manual formatting, such as the B for bold, the I for italics, and the U for underline. I have already entered a simple dummy text paragraph and repeated it twice so that I have 3 paragraphs to work with. Right now, they all have the default paragraph style. I can change the formatting of any or all of the paragraphs by simply changing the paragraph style. I can change the formatting of one paragraph by locating the cursor anywhere within it and clicking on text body. See what happens. If I want to change the formatting of more than one paragraph, I simply select the paragraphs I want to change. When I click on text body, all the selected paragraphs are reformatted. That's good. I'm still using styles. But what if I want to emphasize the word greenbacks at the end of each paragraph? First, I select the word. Then I look at the toolbar. I see the I icon and know that that means italics, so I click on it. That looks like what I want, so I do that for each paragraph. Yay, I think. I've done it. Now I decide I want to change the font size in the first paragraph. I highlight the whole paragraph. Using the toolbar, I change the font size to 14 points. Again, it looks like I got what I wanted. And it appears that I'm still using the text body paragraph style. I right-click on text body in the toolbar and select Edit Style. I go to the Font tab in the dialog that appears. Here, I'm told that the font size is 12 points, although the toolbar says it's 14 points. Why the discrepancy? Well, when I changed the font size using the toolbar, I changed it directly. Direct formatting overrides style formatting. So what happens if I change the font size in the text body dialog to 16 points and click OK? All the other paragraphs are changed to 16 points, but the first paragraph remains 14 points. This may cause confusion and frustration to the person writing the original document. Think how much confusion and frustration this could cause an individual who has been given the document to reformat. He puts his cursor in the paragraph and hits his right mouse button. From the context menu, he chooses Paragraph and Edit Style. A dialog appears indicating that this paragraph is using the text body paragraph style. The Font tab indicates that the font size is 16 points, but he knows it isn't. What can he do? Thankfully, he has some knowledge about using styles. He selects the whole paragraph. Then he goes to Format in the menu bar and selects Clear Direct Formatting. Now the text in the paragraph becomes 16 points like the other paragraphs. Great. But what else happened? Greenbacks is no longer italicized. Why? Because it was styled directly. Therefore, that formatting was also cleared. See how the process of using both formatting with styles and direct formatting can make writing less efficient? See how using a toolbar that mixes such offerings can lead to these kinds of problems? I'll go to View, User Interface, switch from Tab to Standard Toolbar, and click on Apply to Writer. I'll close the dialog. So I don't have the same problem with the Standard Toolbar, I'll go to View, Toolbars, and uncheck Formatting. Now I'll open the sidebar and make sure the Styles deck is showing. I'll select greenbacks in the first paragraph. Now, rather than formatting the word directly using italics in the toolbar to emphasize it, I'll go to Character Styles in the sidebar, the second icon near the top of the Styles deck. I'll double-click Emphasis. The word takes on the emphasis character style, making greenbacks appear in italic type. I'll right-click on Emphasis in the sidebar and select Modify. I go to the Organizer tab. Notice the lower section of the tab marked Contains. This area tells you how the character style you've chosen will modify the paragraph style for any selected text the character style is applied to. In this case, since I have not modified any attributes in the character style, the area reads Western Text, Italic. Italic is the important part. The emphasis character style, by default, only changes the paragraph style in which it is applied by changing the selected area to italic. All other attributes of the paragraph style remain effective. Now I'll go to the paragraph style section. Right-click on text body and select Modify. I'll go to the Font tab and change the size to 12 points. I'll click OK. Notice that the font size of all paragraphs with the text body styling are changed to 12-point text. Greenbacks is also changed to 12 points. This is because the paragraph style provides the font size attribute. The emphasis character style only affects the style setting of the font, italics. If I change the font size of the character style, however, it will override the font size of the paragraph style. I go back to the character style section and right-click on Emphasis and select Modify. I go to the Font tab and change the font size to 16 points. I click OK. The font size of greenbacks becomes 16 points. Now I'll go back and change the font size in the text body paragraph style to 20 points. See what happens when I click OK? The font size of most of the paragraph is changed to 20 points, but the font size of greenbacks remains at 16 points. That is because I manually changed the font size in the emphasis character style to 16 points, so that takes precedence. I'll right-click on Emphasis in the character style area and select Modify. I'll go to the Organizer tab. Notice that 16 points has been added to the Contains area, showing that this setting will supersede the font size set by the paragraph style. When looking at the settings of a character style, it is the Contains area of the Organizer tab that you want to look at. This is where you will see what attributes will be changed from the paragraph style used. You may have noticed that the word greenbacks in the last two paragraphs hasn't changed. That is because I never cleared the direct formatting of those paragraphs. I will do that now. I select those two paragraphs, then I go to Format, Clear Direct Formatting. Then I apply the emphasis character style to greenbacks in those two paragraphs. Finally, I'll show you how to remove any attributes you may have manually set in a character style. I'll right-click on the emphasis character style and select Modify. With the Organizer tab displayed, I will click on the Reset to Parent button. Notice that nothing changes. Why? Because that is not the tab we need to be in. If I go to the Font tab and click on Reset to Parent, you'll notice that the font size goes to 12 points and the font style goes to regular. These are the settings used by the parent style, which is hidden somewhere in the programming code of LibreOffice Writer. Let's go back to the Organizer tab. Notice that the Contains area does not show anything. Remember how it originally showed italic? I'll go back to the Font tab and change the style from regular to italic. Now I'll go back to the Organizer tab. Notice how the Contains area now shows what it originally showed when we first looked at it earlier in this video. I'll click OK. Now, since we've changed the emphasis character style settings back to only changing the font style to italic, the greenbacks in the text once more takes on the font size of the paragraph style. I hope you've learned something. I know this might be confusing at first. You might want to watch this video again, pausing occasionally as you follow along in your own LibreOffice Writer document. I promise that once you begin to understand styles better, you will begin to appreciate the power of working with styles and the efficiency it will bring to your writing. If you like what you're learning, please click the like button. Then check out some of my other videos. A link to my Writing Efficiently channel can be found in the description beneath this video.